Hi, I'm Dave with Dave's Workshop and Wilder Sport Outdoors. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about vehicle maintenance and some safety things that we need to do. Now, we all know that we need to wear safety glasses. We all know when things get loud, we need to wear hearing protection. But what about reassembling your parts back onto the vehicle and making sure that things stay where you put them? I want to remind you guys and gals that we need to make sure that we use thread locking compound, that we torque bolts and nuts and things like that back down to the factory recommended torque settings, and that we check our torque after, say, 25 miles or so. We've had several incidents in my lifetime I've seen, and this has happened with some of my own work. This has happened with work that other friends have done. This has happened with work that professionals have done that I've worked with. You got to remember, I used to be a professional full-time mechanic. I moved to Texas and discovered how hot it was here in the summer. I quit that. But when I was a much younger man, I made my living spinning wrenches. I know what I'm talking about. I've been there. I've done it. I've been, I've been working the lift. I've been down in the pit. I've been there. Use thread locker. Where it's appropriate, use thread locker. And there's a good reason to use it. It's not just, something to dress up. It's not just a nicety. They use it from the factory for a good reason. And it's because when the metal on automotive components heats up, it expands. There's gaps that are created in that thread. The vibration of the vehicle operating going down the road can actually work with the loosened, now the thread that has more space in it, it's loosened up. It can actually start to work that fastener out. And what you'll find out over time is that certain fasteners can come all the way off if they're not caught, backing off. I've run into examples. This one, the one in particular, got me to make this video. I had a situation where a guy did his own brakes on his own truck. When he reassembled them, he did not use fresh thread locking compound on the bolts that hold the calipers in place on the front end. Well, on the driver's side, the lower bolt had loosened up. It was still attached, but it had loosened way up. The top side had come all the way off in traffic. Thankfully, the driver was able to recognize the problem, bring the vehicle to a stop, get it out of harm's way. No property was damaged. No people were harmed. Nothing like that. Everything was good. But it was a good learning experience for that particular young man. And after getting everything bolted back down, I showed him how to apply thread locking compound. What you want to do, and it's on the very first couple of turns of the thread. You want to take the thread locking compound that's rated for your particular application. For most applications, I will use the blue thread locking compound, but they make several, and they're for different purposes. I can't tell you offhand exactly what they are. They're marked on the bottle, they're marked on the package, and hey, if you really need to know exactly the purpose that this specific thread locker was made for, go to the Permatex website. They're the people that make, the Loctite brand product. They're the ones that make most of it. So you really want to kind of get it from the horse's mouth. These guys are good at what they do. They make a great product, and it can literally save someone's life. So please make sure you use that thread locking compound. Make sure your fasteners are retorqued back down to the factory recommended specifications. There are plenty of good, reasonable, not good, but reasonable manuals out there on the market for just about every modern vehicle. At least common vehicles. I mean, you're not going to go to O'Reilly's or AutoZone or Connects out west. You're not going to go to any place like that and get just a Haynes manual for your Bugatti Veyron. But then again, if you're driving a Veyron, you're not watching my videos. You're not spinning your own wrenches, right? I mean, come on. You got millions of dollars. You're on a sailboat somewhere in Saint-Tropez. When the Bugatti breaks, you're on your yacht. I'm going to just let someone else fuss with this. But for the rest of us, for just regular guys and gals, we got to, do something to help keep some money at home. So we do some of our own stuff. Now, I'm not just talking out of my ear here. Those that have followed me for a long time know that I've got a deep background in this. I used to be a professional mechanic. I gave it up when I moved to Texas. The climate was just too hot for me to do that job. I have all the respect in the world for people that make their living spinning wrenches here. I don't know how they do it. It was easy when I was in Arizona. Moving to Texas, the heat, the humidity, I can't hang with these guys. They're much tougher than I could ever be. Kudos to if you're living in Texas and you're making your living as a mechanic, you've got all the respect in the world for me. That's all I got to say about that. You're doing something I just couldn't do. So, but I'm spinning wrenches for myself. I'm trying to show you guys how to do a little bit here and there. And I'm just trying to share my knowledge and my experience. Hopefully I'm helping someone out here. And with this tip about the thread locker, maybe, just maybe, I'm helping you guys do the job right, so where you don't have a problem, and maybe I'm saving someone's life. So, think about it, and make sure you use that thread locker. Make sure you get everything torqued back down. Double check your work, and drive safe. I want to see you again checking out Dave's Workshop. Thanks.